JoshCast, dun, 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 dun. Oh, it's the podcast that keeps going. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I should probably get some better equipment. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, instead of using my iPhone. Dun, 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 dun. JoshCast, dun, 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 dun. JoshCast, dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Okay, so I had a smoothie today. Like a smoothie breakfast thing that was absolutely delicious and is probably going to destroy my intestines. And when I take these dietary risks, I always feel as if I'm on trial and my intestines are the judge and the jury. And now we're in the process of deliberation, and I'm going to find out what my punishment is. Am I going to get off with a warning, or is it going to be life in prison with no possibility of a painless number 2? What a great way to start. I think this is the 42nd podcast. Timothy, I believe it or not, I actually have an assistant, a podcast assistant who's been helping me. His name is Timothy. Timothy, what is this, the 40th or the 41st? I don't need to know that about your mother. I don't know why you're telling me that. That's just inappropriate. Okay, well, I don't need to see the picture. Never mind. So anyway, we're somewhere in the 40th. Don't show. I don't need to see the picture. I don't know. I don't care. I don't want to know what it is. I don't know. Stop. Cyst. Don't say cyst. Don't say that to me. I don't. See, this is why I can't watch doctor shows, because if I watch a doctor show, then I'm terrified that I have whatever the patient's having. It's very. I've just got this thing about death that's terrifying. Although then again, I mean, don't all people are? I'm assuming all people are afraid of death. It just seems like most people I talk to, they manage the fear better. They can not have it bother them, and that's phenomenal. I wish I had. If I'm not, I know that things are going well. Knock on wood. I know that things are going relatively well in my life if I'm obsessed about how I'm going to die, because that means that whatever is going on in the moment that I'm obsessing about dying, things are calm. So in a weird way, me obsessing about dying is sort of what I do for fun. That's my avocation, if you will, because I can't do that if I'm focused on work or if I'm really focused on writing. It's when I'm lounging that I think about my fear of death. Transition. Sitting in the car right now, outside of my apartment, not recording in my apartment. I like recording the podcast in the car. There's a nice privacy in the car that I don't feel in my room so much, because I can hear what other people are. I can hear the people in the apartment next door. Nothing that they're saying. I hear them. How do I say it? I hear the quiet desperation. Yes, I hear the quiet desperation. Just occasional sighs, maybe a moment of a heated argument. Just that moment of, what am I doing with my life? That I can feel that. And for some reason in the car, I feel a bit more focused. So that's a good thing. That's happening. Transition. Not reading enough. I read the news every day, or I skim through the news, reading about how, I guess, for Trump's inauguration, they're not using the traditional announcer who announced the inauguration and the parade, who had, apparently announced every president since Eisenhower, and Trump has decided not to use him, and that's tough. I wonder. That's amazing to me. That what is it about an announcer that makes you want to use a different announcer? The guy had been doing it for the last 5 presidencies. I mean, was that conversation even had of, well, Mr. President-elect, we're preparing the parade. What about the announcer? The announcer? Who's announcing? Oh, it's so-and-so. Play a clip. Now, ladies and gentlemen, You're president of the United. Stop. I've heard all I need to hear. No, it's not working. Why isn't it working? I don't know. It's not announcy enough for me. It's not announcy enough for me. Get the hot young guy, the hot young kid. Who's the hot young kid announcer? Who's the the one who's on fire, the one who's got some heat behind him, the one who's announcing the Kardashians. Get me whoever announces the Kardashians. I really think that's how the conversation went. I could be wrong about that, but yes. Transition. I feel like I'm being silly right now, but I should go deeper emotionally. I should reveal something emotionally deep, and that is that I've never known love. Oh, wow. Just saying that I've not. I've never been in love with someone and they've been in love with me. And on many levels that makes me profoundly sad. But then again, a really good bowl of soup hits the spot. I don't know how those two thoughts quite link. I guess that, because I've never, I don't know. But I guess the question is, Josh, do you feel that something in your life is missing because you're not in a relationship? And I think, yeah, something is missing. Something, just the, intimacy, just somebody loving me and me loving them and us physically being together. Just that energy is very powerful, and even though I am missing that, and I think I probably should do something about that. But I don't like. I don't like online dating. I don't like that because I can't get the sense of somebody from the picture. I have to be in the room with them, and they need to be in the room with me to get the because I feel like when it comes to attraction, there's two kinds of energy. There's that yes, or that no, and I can't get that from a computer. That we might get to it might come to the point 20 years from now, maybe, when on Tinder, not only is there a picture, but it can shoot out the yes or the no, and but until then, I don't think the technology is quite there for that, and so I don't like that. But or am I just using that as an excuse? Yes, I'm using it as an excuse. The fact is, I'm not going out there enough. And maybe what it means, I guess what dating means is I may have to, there's a lot of people I have to meet, then it's not going to work out before I meet the one who it does work out. And I just have to start that process. And I don't want to. I so don't want to. I really don't. There's so much. Yes, I recognize all the good, but all the bad that comes with it, all they reject me, which is not so bad. It's me I gotta say, for all the fear of rejection I've had, the times where I've been rejected, frankly, it's been like a weight has been lifted. It's like, thank God, I probably averted a divorce. Thank you for doing this, because I just figure, now I don't have to, follow through and be the human being that I'm supposed to be with these people. I can and especially lately it's been really nice if somebody rejects me and then I still see them there. Now that I'm not trying to be in a relationship with them, I can much more freely talk about my bowel habits. It's really freeing, very freeing. Transition. I've never seen the show My Little Pony before, but I feel like there needs to be a scene in the show that goes a little something like this. We open on the living room of one of the My Little Ponies, and I don't know their names, so this particular My Little Pony, we'll call him Fred. Oh, I think they were all women, weren't they? Okay, it's Frida. It's Frida the pony. Frida, My Little Pony, and just now, Frida's friend, Mildred the pony, walks in. And what follows is this following conversation. Millie, how are you? I'm fine. Frida, how are you? How are you doing? They're both Jewish ponies, by the way. I'm fine, Mildred. I'm fine. No, I'm not fine, Mildred. I have concerns. Well, then, and Mildred says, well, of course you have concerns. You're Frida. You always have concerns. We all know. That's your thing. You have concerns. But Mildred, listen to me. Mildred, I don't have opposable thumbs. Do you? Why, no, Frida, I do not. Yes, exactly. We do not have opposable thumbs. Who built this house that we're in? And Mildred says, well, I don't know. I mean, I've only been in this neighborhood 10 years. And Frida says, exactly. But before that, were you in a house before that? And Mildred says, yes, I was. Well, a condo. It was a condo. It was a nice condo, 2-bedroom, very, questionable location, but it was, yes, but Mildred, listen to me, Mildred, who built the condo? And Mildred said, well, I don't know. I just, I have no idea who built it. I'm sure there's a construction company. No, Mildred, you're missing the point. We live in a world of ponies. We're only ponies, and we don't have opposable thumbs. But if I look at the craftsmanship of this refrigerator right here, and Mildred says, would you really call it a refrigerator that's been built craftsmanship? And Frida says, of course I would call it craftsmanship. Listen, Mildred, I believe that everything is an art. Everything is an art. So even somebody building a refrigerator, don't dismiss it as not artistic. It's a really nice refrigerator. Again, I don't know who built it. I mean, certainly not a pony. And Mildred says, well, how do you know a pony didn't build it? And Frida says, because we don't have opposable thumbs. We can't build things. We can't look at this screw. Do you see this little screw? I think it's a screw. It's holding the whole thing together. How can you pick up an implement that screws that thing in? Have you ever done that before in your life, Mildred? Have you ever done that before in your life? And Mildred says, well, no, but I've never been much, for being handy. And Frida says, well, what have you done in your life? And Mildred says, well, I gallop, and occasionally I go into a canter. And exactly, Mildred, exactly. Who built this house? Whose little ponies are we, Mildred? This is the end of the podcast. The end of the podcast. And the children sing and the children play. This is the end of the podcast.